Hello, good day everyone. We are the group 5 and our assigned topic was all about gender and education. First, let me give you the learning objectives. First one is summarize the influence of education process to gender issues. Examine the impact of education on gender issues and struggles. And the last one is illustrate the importance of women empowerment. Let us define what is gender and education. Gender refers to socially learned behavior and expectations that distinguish between masculinity and femininity. It also refers to the culture's social construction of differences between sexes. This includes norms, behaviors, and roles associated with being a woman, man, girl, or boy, as well as relationships with each other. Well, education is the aggregate of all the processes by which a person develops abilities, attitudes, and other forms of behavior of practical values in the society in which he or she lives. The social process by which people are subjected to the influence of selected and controlled environment, especially that of the school, so that they may obtain a social competence and optimum individual development. This is according to Good 1973. This means that education seeks to nourish the good qualities and draw out the best in every individual. Education seeks to develop the innate or the inner potentialities of human. And this leads us to believe that education aims to provide a nourishing environment that would facilitate or bring out and develop the potentialities in an individual. In all aspects of the school and its surrounding education community, the rights of the whole child and all children to survival, protection, and development and participation are at the center. This means that the focus is on learning, which strengthens the capacities of children to act progressively on their own behalf through the acquisition of relevant knowledge, useful skills, and appropriate attitudes, and which creates for children and helps them create for themselves and others places of safety, security, and healthy interaction. This is according to Bernard of 1999. Children's minds are sensitive to the influences of the world. Their subconscious minds are active, always imbibing some lesson and realizing the joy of knowing. This sensitive receptivity allows them without any strain to master language, which is the most complex and difficult instrument of the expression, full of indefinite ideas and abstract thinking. A child's development is directly linked to its ability to interact with its environment. Children develop an understanding of themselves through their interactions with events and materials outside themselves. All environments have the ability to contribute or retard this process.
Gender equality in education. In the context of our educational institutions, this presents an inevitable debate on matters of gender equality in education. Gender equality in education is the right for men and women to equally access, participate, deliver, and receive the benefits of education. According to Frederick H. Harbinson, a country which is unable to develop the skills and knowledge of its people and to utilize them effectively in the national economy will be unable to develop anything else. It is in this regard that our formal education systems have become our primary institutional mechanism for the development of knowledge and skills, as well as attitudes and values that will enable individuals to effectively contribute to society. The value of education is therefore widely acknowledged. According to Irene P. Misa, we recognize education as a vital instrument for the improvement of welfare and alleviation of poverty. Internationally, education is recognized as a leading global concern. As we students of this, the best places to promote gender equality is in the classroom. Much of the literature ignores the partial centrality of gender equal, inclusive teaching and learning. Gender inclusion should be taught by example through participatory methodology, while core skills content should equip students to access socio-economic development equally. In recent years, increasing attention has been paid to equality issues in education, especially in the international arena. Several of these studies suggest access to education among various groups in many countries is severely unequal. For a lot of countries, disparities among geographical areas, across social classes, and even between sexes still exist, and the Philippines is not exempt from these gaps. The challenges of this, the regions most at risk of gender inequality in education are South Asia, Western Asia, North Africa, and Sub-Saharan Africa. Adult female illiteracy in the lowest income countries has remained around at 61%. However, gender disparities in school attendance and completion differ by country and level. For example, in North Africa and Western Asia, respectively 7.9 and 14.8% of adolescent boys, and 12.5 and 19.9% of adolescent girls are out of school, while in East and Southeast Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean, more poor girls than poor boys complete secondary education. Philippine education is a product of long history of struggle. Understanding the inequality in the Philippines in terms of education over the years is of great interest because the unequal distribution of our society. As pointed out in the Philippine Human Development Report in the year 2000, insufficient or poor education deprives a person of the means of doing and becoming. Education increases productivity and creativity, whereas unequal access to schooling opportunities may create greater inequalities.
Women in Education. According to Caroline Midel and the new book, as a woman's education become one of the key development of it in the 90s, it also became crucial to examine the assumptions that have become the basis for the projects, programs, and policies that were formulated to this end. Forever, and in this recent year, the concept of women empowerment has been shifted to the range of activities undertaken by the woman for a moment in different areas, education included. It is also at all these an important questions to raise is whose perspective are we going to use to evaluate these assumptions and its overarching outcomes. And we know that women educations can play a critical role in reducing violence against women and enhancing their control over their own bodies. Women education has contributed to an increase in female mobility and to more confident and visible role of women in community life. Since the UN Declaration of the Decade of Women in 1975, attentions and actions on a woman's concern have steadily increased in education, whether it be the forms of consciousness raising or skills acquisitions. Was one of the areas women's organizations, governments, agencies, and international donor agencies focus on. So on, for a UN Declaration of the Decade of Women, it has a big impact on drawing attention to and taking action on a woman's concerns. Rights have increased significantly, including educations, with the help of different organizations and agencies. Women education is an important matter because it is essential for the development and the progress of the society. Educated women have the potential to become strong leaders, role models, and agents of a change in their communities. They are more likely to participate in the workforce, earn higher wages, and provide for themselves and their family. The underlying assumption was that if the women understood their conditions, knew their rights, and learned skills traditionally denied to them, empowerment would follow. 18 years have passed and there are different views as to whether assumption about increasing access to education and training have resulted in the tilting of the power balance in favor of women. UNESCO Institute for Education's 1995. And women education is a human right an essential tool for achieving the goals of equality, development, and peace. Non-discriminatory education benefits both girls and boys and thus ultimately contributes to more equal relationship between women and men. Equality of access to an attainment of education qualification is necessary as more women are to become agents of change. The literacy of a woman is important key to improving health, nutrition, and education in the family, and to empowering women to participate in the decision making in society. Investing in formal and non-formal educations and training for girls and women with its exceptionally high social and economical returns has proved to be one of the best means of achieving sustainable development and economic growth that is both sustained and sustainable.
Summary: the study of gender and education encompasses gender differences in educational outcomes, such as attainment, and experiences within the education system. This field also moves beyond the study of how gender influences educational outcomes and incorporates how these differences impact the labor market, family formation, and health outcomes. Early research in gender and education focused on whether differences in the educational outcomes of males and females were due to biological differences. Over time, research began to show that biological differences between genders tend to be smaller than those between genders. Thus, biological differences play a relatively small role in educational outcomes, while other factors like socialization and differences in the expectation of boys and girls may play a larger role. Research on primary and secondary school studies examine how fair teacher and family interaction are related to gender differences, while research on higher education examines sex segregation by major and gender differences in choices to attend or attend college. Recently, research has examined the causes and consequences of the reversal of gender gaps in educational attainment. Women now outpace in both college enrollment and participation in most countries without the world. However, stark gender differences are still registered in field of study and research educational credentials.
Before this video ends, we have a short video to show you with regards to the state of gender equality in education.
While many countries have made great progress in narrowing gender gaps in education, new ones are opening. Of the weakest students in the 3 core subjects PISA assesses, reading, mathematics, and science, 6 out of 10 are boys. At the same time, girls struggle when they are asked to think like scientists and apply what they've learned at school. Boys do less homework than girls, play more video games, and rarely read in their spare time. Parents and teachers can help boys to improve their reading habits by giving them more choice in what they read, allowing them some time for video gaming, but insisting that they do their homework too. Too many girls still lack confidence in their own abilities in maths, and parents are less likely to expect their daughters to pursue mathematics-related careers. Parents and teachers can help to build girls' confidence by encouraging them to solve problems independently. When girls and boys can fulfill their potential in school, they can contribute more to the economic growth and well-being of their societies later on.
Thank you for your listening and have a great day.